Good now, everyone. I hope this broadcast finds you well. My name is Artorius Winchester, Scholar of the Dreaming Glade. And welcome, well, first off, welcome back, I guess. It's been a little while, well, not a little while, it's been about a week since I last streamed because my internet was down, last week. So, yeah, nice to see you all again. And welcome to a bit of Yume Nikki, which is a game that I may have been a bit late to the party for, but I really like. You know, this kind of whole, like, I mean, you've probably seen it a lot recently with, like, comparisons to this and, like, Enna Dream Barbecue, that whole kind of, like, weird core, I guess, vibe going. But yeah, no, it's another in a line of games that are just very out there in their execution, and I find that really cool. I think I first heard about Yume Nikki after playing Omori. So yeah, I know, I'm a Philistine who played Omori before this, despite the fact that there's oodles of references to, you know, Yume Nikki in Omori. But I was like, oh, okay, that Omori game was cool. I'll go and, you know, try out this one, see what it's all about. 'Cause apparently it's a classic from, like, 20 years ago, and, you know, it's always interesting to look at those things. And, yeah, it's a classic. It's great. And, yeah, what I'm going to be trying to do on tonight's stream, because I know this game fairly well, I'd say. I'm not, like, you know, I don't know the full, you know, speedrun routes, or I'm not, you know, hugely au fait with, like, perhaps every single nook and cranny, but I know most, including most of, like, the major secrets. Which is, you know, like, I think I'd quite like to, you know, run through the main game, and then if we have time after, kind of go back and look at some of the secrets in the game. And just show you kind of, like, the whole package of what this thing is in a very small, kind of, you know, in a very small time frame, I guess, compared to how much you can get out of this. Which leads me on to my next point, actually. I'm going to put this on, what do you call it? Oh, hang on, I've got to make sure my chat is up as well. Ooh, hang on. Right, excuse me, you saw nothing. How do I put that there? Okay, sure, that'll do. Sorry. Yeah, as you may have noticed, because this is a very old game, it's one of those ones where it's just a little awkward to capture, but I've found a way. You know, we're just, weirdly, like, the like, application capture captures the sound, but not the actual screen, so I have to use desktop capture for the screen. And then, yeah, at least it means I can separate out my audio nicely, so that's cool, but, yeah, other than that, bit of a pain. What I was going to say, though, is I'm going to temporarily, black screen that, and then just open up, if you haven't, already played, Yume Nikki, and check it, out first, it's really good, trust me. Right. Check it out first, for watching. Actually, I could type that up. I don't know. I think it's probably just easier to say at the start of stream. But, like, obviously, I've put spoilers in the title. And, you know, it goes without saying, if I'm speedrunning the whole thing and I'm going to try and go over some of the secrets, there's going to be a lot of things in this game. So, you know, maybe watch a bit of it. If it feels like your kind of vibe in-game, I highly recommend getting lost in this game yourself. And, you know, really working out how this, like, labyrinthian kind of world you're thrown into links up. But yeah, I shall do more of kind of singing its praises. But I was going to type something up there, and I was like, yeah, well, I don't need just, you know, don't necessarily want to just feel like I'm swatting people away who might be interested, might want to watch a little bit. 'Cause you can watch, like, a little bit and then dip out and then be like, yeah, okay, maybe I'll give it a look. But yeah, God, sorry, I'm all over the place. I really like this game, and I'm going to try and get a full playthrough of it done right now, if I can remember where everything is. And I'm going to pitch this as if people don't know what it is, even though I've just told people, hey, if you haven't played it, go play it yourself first. So yeah, this is like your entire game loop. You know, there is one room and a like, terrace, I guess, a balcony type thing. That's, like, the most of the real world we ever see. There's a bed you can get in. If you go in the bed, you can access the dream world, which is where, like, 98% of the game is. And you can wake up at any time if you get hideously lost and go back in from the top and maybe try a different route. It's all about exploration. And also, this screen says that, by examining certain spots, you'll acquire a new effect to use. So effects like little, kind of power-ups, I guess. A lot of them don't really do anything, but, you know, there's like 25 of them. You have to collect them all. I think there's 25. There's 20-something of them. I forget exactly how many. We're off to a roaring start. But yeah, they'll change your appearance and give you some, like, you know, different things to do occasionally. Some of them, not so much. They're just kind of there for, I'd say, for fun. It's probably not quite the right angle, but yeah, they certainly are there. And we can get rid of effects in the room of doors by pressing number key 5, which is, I guess, something to pay attention to for later. Again, I'm just wary of people who might be in here at the minute who haven't played before. We can save by hitting the hitting this here, which I'll just show you what that looks like. I don't think we're going to be saving if we're just going to bashing it all out. But yeah, it's like, yeah, here's my 3 other files where I've, it is 25, cool, where I've beaten the game. Damn, they give you 15 save slots on this thing? Neat. But yeah, so we always start as a little girl called Marotsuki. There we are. We got that nice little save kind of sound effect as well. A nice little bit of lag when we get up and down from the saving spot. I think it's X to access our menu. We have 1 hit point, 1 effect, which is just the tutorial, which is the only one we can't drop. And a lot of nothing else. So yeah, we can call, basically, at the moment we can just call up that tutorial that we just walked through again. Our room is very bare bones. We've got this kind of very, almost Aztec-y looking rug, which is like the centerpiece of our room, takes up a lot of it. And not a whole lot of anything else, really. We do have this Famicom or Famtender where you can play a little Nasu game. Not going to bother with it personally, but hey, if you want to check that out. And we have a TV, which is just kind of not really connected to anything. And here's our balcony. So as you progress through the game, the balcony will change. Like, you'll get different backgrounds to it, essentially. Actually, that might be in the dream world, you get different backgrounds. One of the balconies, you get different backgrounds. But anyway, let's go to bed and check out that dream world. That's kind of the, you know, the namesake of the game. I guess the namesake of the game is the diary that you save in, because Yume Nikki is literally Dream Diary. But yeah, here we are. Here's one of those different backgrounds. We're in some kind of, like, rocky... Almost kind of looks like Mars, I guess, but... Yeah, we're in some kind of rocky place. Our big, bright pink block of flats. Which, like, Lord Almighty. Also, can I just point out, I really love the little, like, just the little bits of sound design in this game. These little, like, almost squeaky shoes. We can go to bed here. Doesn't do anything. It has a 1 in 5 chance to do something, but it hasn't done anything here. Our Famicom is gone. Our TV is spooky. And, actually, I should mention as well, I can press 9, and that wakes us back up to the real world. If we try this door in the real world, we get a solid nada. If we try it in the dream world, however, then we start getting somewhere interesting. So, we're going to go right through to here. And we get to the Hall of Doors. These, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. Ooh, excuse me. All this talk of dreaming is making me sleepy, apparently. Or maybe it's just starting stream, because one of these days I'm going to work out why I just start yawning when I start talking. Yeah. So, these 12 doors lead to different worlds, and within those worlds are other different interconnected worlds, and there's a whole maze to unravel with these 12 entrances. What we're going to do first, however, is work on our currently piss-poor movement speed, because it's not much of a speed run at the minute. It's a slow walk. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the graffiti world, which has a bunch of graffiti and a weird floating cell fetus thing in the background. Each one of these different, like, bits of graffiti we step on has a different sound effect, which is kind of cool. But we're going to want to head straight left and get the bicycle. There we go. So now what we can do is, the bicycle is one of the, probably the most useful effect, because you can equip it, and it boosts your movement speed. Now we're getting somewhere. However, by the power of glitches, we can get further. So, let's head back here. Let's head in that save seat when we're in the dream world, shall we? Now, you may notice that little kind of like pew 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 sound means we've unequipped our effect. Because normally getting in the chair, like, slows you down. Because you can do this whole, like, move while seated thing somehow, I think. I can't remember how. But, basically, if we equip this while seated, and then get up, now we're moving. Now we're on this. So, the question is, where do we go next? I think, personally, I'd want to go to iWorld next, because the power in there that you can get is, like, pretty useful. Although I can't quite remember where it is. So we're going to do a lot of what we do in Yume Nikki, which is kind of walk around aimlessly until I remember where things are. So the Iron Hand world has a lot of severed limbs and eyeballs and them, you know. Also, Aztec dude in the background. Again, much like our rug. We seem to have taken a lot of inspiration from that. Here's a face. We can give it a little kiss if we want. It's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is a lone kind of one of these. Is it this one? No. It's one of these, but with an eyeball in the palm. Just gonna check all of the hand kind of pillar things. Oh, hey, they're not bleeding from the eyes anymore. That's nice. Is this it? No. That's a lot of eyes. Come on, we found eyes, we found palms, we find one eye in palm. This is the start again. Okay. These worlds generally, like 90% of them do loop. It's not in a group like this. It's a... Hey, what an interesting bloodstain texture. That's all I'm saying about that for the minute. I'm sure we won't be seeing that at any point anywhere else. Right. Where on earth have I put this? Like I say, a lot of Yume Nikki, obviously, particularly when you're playing it on normal speed without glitch, that is just wandering around these vast worlds and kind of trying to work out where things are. I know there's an exit to another world in here somewhere as well, but I think I'm overshooting this a lot at the minute. Let me try the tried and true, which is just go round in a circle till we find a landmark that we've passed. So those two eyes we'll go for. Okay, there's nothing there. That's the door again. Waiting for the two eyes to come back round. Yeah, there they are. And now we're going to move up a bit until... we don't really want to be in... Maybe it's across here? There's two legs. We haven't seen them before. Single eyeball, the face. We can use the face as a landmark. Although we did just run into all that again. We found the legs again, actually. Let's... Nope, you're not it. You're not it. Are you it? No, you're a single leg. There you are. Right. The Medamune, or the eye palm effect. Oh, and... would you look at that? Perchance, another door. I forget where this one goes. Oh, this is like a Toilet Man realm. I see. I forget what exactly these guys are called, but yeah, we have Toilet Man realm, which is here. You know, very normal thing to have found in the middle of this. And then we have these weird pump guys that you can, like, bonk. What that's worth. And then I believe, like, the end of this, because what normally happens is all paths kind of lead to hell eventually. Like an area called Hell, I should mention. Yeah, there we are. There's one of the gates to Hell. These things are actually NPCs with a name that I can't remember. So we're just going to go in there. Welcome to Hell. I hope you like microwave ASMR, because you're going to be hearing a lot of it. There's a couple of things we need to hit in here, and as is my kind of pedigree as a Yume Nikki player, I will try and spend as little time in here as possible because god fucking damn it, I've spent long enough being lost in here. Although I seem to have run into every single dead end in the game. I get the feeling I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, this doesn't... Hang about. Maybe... Ooh, no, that's what's known as a mad Toriningen. There are some nice Toriningens. That one's a mad one. We don't want to touch that. And seeing it means we've definitely gone the wrong way somewhere. So, we need to course correct into... Where the fuck am I going? Here? Perhaps? No, this is this bit again. Well, let's go down this time. I already tried going down. It didn't work. I see. Well, there's one of the things we need to... need to hit is a strong word with that one, actually. I don't think we need to hit that one at all. I think that's a way in rather than a way out. But we can see where it goes. Like I say, I'm not necessarily fully cognizant of all the ins and outs of all the different doors, but I do know a general... kind of, because I've run this game, like, not particularly fast at all, but a couple of times before, I know of... I swear I've been to this one hook, like, 4 times. Okay, I need to... this I've definitely seen before, so I need to just pick another direction. I'm finding myself in a loop here. That's a way in, which is something different, we'll give it that, but not what I'm looking for. This looks like it might be promising. Okay, this is the other side of that. We might be able to get in this door. If we go round and down and, like, up here and over and up and right, and there we are. Leads us to... Ah, we do need to hit this. Excellent. Right, okay, this is one of the things we need. So this leads us to the Dark Forest. Which technically means, I think, I always classify hell as, like, the bottom layer of the dream world, so... It's just a personal thing for me, so I guess we've gone up one layer to the Dark Forest, which, as you can see, pretty fucking dark. Has these eyes in the woods, if you look closely. And this little maze I'm navigating around. Now, the one sad thing about this is that we are going to have to lose our speed temporarily. In this next portion. Because we're coming up to, as soon as I get there, the train car. There we go. Right, so we're going to hop in here, and we have to wait on this bench for a little while. Like, I think it's about 5 to 10 seconds or something. For this to cycle us to a new area. And we'll know that's happened because the sky will have gone from blue, or whatever color it was there, to, like, kind of a red. I think that's enough time. We're going to walk out. Yeah, there we are. I've got kind of that purplish sky, which means we can walk off this end of the screen. And we get to this. I fucking love this area. Just... good old, like, you know, sinister music and, like, the creepy, like, full, like, Japanese horror style girls. This shit cool. What's it doing at the bottom of, our noble protagonist Marotsuki's dreams here? Who knows? There's a lot of weird shit in her dreams. But need I remind you, we got here, like, the path we choose to take to get here. Let me try and get the tenses on that right again. The path we chose to take to get here involved passing through the land of toilet men and people that bleed from their mouths when you bonk them. So, yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Like I say, there's definitely a lot of psychoanalysis. Oh, is that guy? Is that a guy drowning? Is it a weird, like, jaw that can't quite swallow whatever that red is? Who knows? Not I. What I do know is that I thought it was on this screen, but it turns out it's on the next screen. Oh no, it is this screen. We have this, which gets us the witch power-up, which doesn't do a lot, but, actually, no, I tell a lie. It accesses one secret later, which is all very well and good. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to realize that there we are. Need to bring that back to the forefront. Sorry, technical adjustment. So we've done that. We're going to go to our menu, hit the eye palm, and then if we press, I believe it's 1. Yeah, there we go. Pressing number 1 does some neat things, like with the bike equipped. just rings the bell, which, you know, is nice and all. With the witch equipped, I've no idea. But also, equipping the witch is kind of cute. Oh, we get to fly around on a broom, which is nice. But like I say, outside of that one secret, not very useful. You'd think flying would be more useful, really. But, yeah, not so. And then with the Medamune, the eye palm, it's very useful because no matter where we are in the dream world, we just get to teleport right back to here. Also, we no longer have a head. We'll take that as you will. So we're going to very briefly sit back on here, and we're going to get our bicycle power-up back. Delicious speed. And I believe next, because I know it's an easy get, we're going to go to Neon World. Here we go. Neon World. Where various neon creatures exist. And if I'm correct, I believe up here, yep, we have the neon power-up given by this specific neon guy, and no one else. So I hope you're looking for him specifically. Now all I need to do is remember where the door is that's in here. Because one of these, there we are, there it is, gets us to the door, which gets us up to the neon tile path. Not to be confused with the checkered tile path, which is slightly different. Yes, we have some nice pretty colours and sounds, and you'll never guess where this leads. Yep, you guessed it, we're going back to hell. So there's one other thing we need to find in hell. We might need to find it a couple of times, though, is the only thing. Unless I'm very careful. But yeah, what we're looking for is a kind of openish area with some stairs. Oh, bloody hell, we're back here. I've seen this before. Yeah, that doesn't go anywhere. We need to, like, break out of this. I've seen this before as well. Okay, so if we go down, try going down again. Up doesn't really get us anywhere here. If I'm correct? Yep. Well, it gets us back to the same place we were in. So we kind of have to go up here. And then, if we go down here, I think maybe that's another way in. Is that checkered tile path out of interest? Yeah, here we are. Here's the checkered tile path. I don't think we'll see it in the fullness of the game, but, yeah, here's that. It's got some nice music. Floor doesn't make nearly as nice a sound, though. So we're going to be moving right on. Yeah, well, back to hell. Right. God, I feel like this is so close. I haven't seen once. I know there's, like, another one of those toilet guys in here, and the stairs are very near him. And I just haven't seen this toilet guy. So, I am losing my bearings a little bit. Which, to be fair, is what the Hell Maze is designed to do. God, okay. Whoops. Let's not go there, shall we? Let's go, literally anywhere else. Then up here will lead us to toilet guy. There we are. Right, we're dead close. Don't stray too far from him. I think it's just a little on the right of him, but you have to be careful about which route you take. So it's there we go. So I was right. Yeah, just on the right of toilet guy. Here you go up, and then you go down, and then we hit the stairs. Thank God, we don't have to deal with hell anymore. Instead, we have the Docks B, which, I need to maneuver around here. That's got nothing there. I forgot that's... Even on Docks A, actually, there's only a vending machine down there, but, hey, you know, that thing's there. It has eyes. So good for it. Now, there's two different things we can get here. There is, this guy, who we need to speak to second, because otherwise he'll teleport us out of this, and then we have to go through hell again to find the other thing. Because the other thing is up here, and over here, which leads us to... Hang on, we'll get there. This neon stick figure eating a, like, I don't know, a melon pan or something? Regardless, we get the fatten ability from him. Which well, I'm not gonna take off my, because I've still technically got the bicycle, equipped to get the speed. Particularly with the area we're going to next, I'm not unequipping that now. But yeah, it does exactly what you'd expect. Which is not a lot, aside from a cosmetic change. Alright, so speaking to this guy means we get to visit his homeland, which is the wilderness. Well, I guess the place near his homeland. His actual homeland is in here, but we don't want to go there yet. Because we've got other things to do first. So what this means we have to do is find our way through the wilderness, which is an area made of all of these that you kind of just have to, like, rub your nose against everything. And eventually you find ways through. It's a lot of kind of just figuring stuff out. We're going to need to get back there again later. I believe we have to go right here? Question mark? Not quite. Maybe it's down. Because we need to get to a different area. A different part of this area, I should say. I guess there's this obvious route. This... Where does this come out, actually? Oh, this is Dark World. Oh, okay. That'd be why I can never find this bloody place. I see. So, that's good to know that that's there. However, from this door, now we need to go up, I believe. Maybe? I could be entirely wrong. Maybe... Left or down. It's not right again, because that's where we just came from. But there is another way here. There we go. Left. And then from here we need to go up. Am I right? Although we could go and check out the... I believe it's on the left here. Maybe it's not. Okay. Let's just go up. Take the easy option. Well, relative term in this place, but... No? Really? Well, I am somewhat at a loss for where to go. Oh, here we are, left. And this does take us to the, we are the Tory Ningen party. Woo! Look at them, having a great time. We can't actually interact with any of them. And to be fair, even if we could walk up to them, you can't interact with normal Tory Ningen. But, yeah. This is here. It's kind of a vibe. Yeah. Anyway. Hey, Froster! Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Oh. God, yeah. Haven't caught you around in a bit. Yeah, I am currently just playing through a bit of Yume Nikki. Sorry, I'm not sure when you chatted there. I was just busy vibing to the Tory Ningen party. Is this the way? Have I gone backwards on myself? I promise, at some point we're going to break out of this, and it's going to be glorious, but, right now, I need to find some different ways through this. Okay, so this is back here. Left is Tory Ningen party. Up, I don't think is accessible. Is down accessible? I think it must be somewhere, although maybe... Ooh, no, okay. Thought I had something for a second there. Okay, maybe it is right then, and then we missed something down here, perhaps. About as well as can be in my situation. Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel for you there. Oh, but yeah. Here's hoping some, I guess, very abstract nonsense in the form of Yume Nikki can, help you out there. Have you ever, actually, played the game or, like, seen much of it? Like I say, I've beaten this thing a fair few times, although apparently it's not helping me get through the wilderness here. I have room and food. True. True. Okay, so now we're at boxes. I believe that means we go, like, up again? Yeah, we go. No, I've never seen it. Ah, well. Like I say, I'm going for, like, a very kind of quick dash through it. This is the bloody window to the barracks settlement. We don't need this. There's one specific bit of this I'm trying to find, but navigating around the, Maybe it's this bit. Ooh, maybe. Nope, this is Aztec Monkey Box. God. Well, while we're here, here's Aztec Monkeys. Warning flashing images, by the way. I should probably put a warning before I trigger that, actually. Flashing images. But yeah. Aztec Monkey Rave Box. Eee. But yeah. You can hang on that for as long as you want. I'm not going to hang on it for too long. There's nothing else up here, which means we've gone the wrong way. I am going to find the right way if it kills me. Which it's making a noble stab at doing. How do I get through here? Okay, let's retrace our steps back to the... Oh, the emotes. Let's go. Right, so surely this is the way I came, right? Because this is the door. How did I get in here beforehand then? It's not that way. I thought I came from the right. Is the wilderness doing wilderness things and switching it up on me? I swear it wasn't that hard to find the endless wilderness before, which is the area we're looking for. But I am just being real dumb about it at the minute. There's nothing there. It could be... No, it couldn't. Okay. Then this is not Tory Ninkin Party. Ah, here we go. Right, progress. And now if we go up from here... We did it! Hooray! We found it! The Endless Wilderness! So, as you can probably tell, this kind of, I guess, one section is pretty big. Some could almost say endless. Because it's huge and it loops. Also, here's Onsen-san. Hello, Onsen-san. If I had a light in here, I'd light it up, but I've not found that ability yet. So you can all just kind of admire Onsen-san in the dark. And his kind of very bassy, like, vibe he's got going on. Actually, is my game too loud? Anyone on the audio side kind of hear whether that's alright or not? Like, it looks okay on my OBS. Because, like, I feel with Yume Nikki being as atmospheric as it is, I do need to be a little careful on turning it down too much. Because, like, the OST is, you know, basic, but it's there to do a job. And it does it very well. Really kind of gets people involved in this stuff. Right. So there's an effect in here that we have to look for. That can be kind of a bit of a pain to find just because of how big this screen is. I'm going to keep cycling around until I see it. I know, again, roughly where it is. It's kind of roughly out the back of Onsen-san's house. But... Ooh, that is also important for later, this structure, but not right now. Although just remember that when we went up from there, not a lot happened. Like I say, it'll become important later. Also, the fact that I've seen it means I've massively overshot. Because I guess just me tapping left occasionally is, like, really screwing things up. I need to be a little more patient. Okay, I've got some boxes here. Where are boxes in relation to anything else? I'm trying to remember. I've seen these maps before, a bit more zoomed out, so it's easier to work out where the hell you're going. And Lord Almighty, can I not remember anything about them? Oh, hold on, not get lost in the weeds here. So if we go, like, kind of up here, this should bring us back to Onsen-san's, right? No, just me? Well, alright then. Well, looks like we are traveling across the desert for 40 days and 40 nights with nothing but a pack of Newports and a fifth of Henny. That's a reference some people will get. Right, where is this dude? There he is! Towel, right. I knew you were around here somewhere. Why is there a random towel that you need to find in the middle of the desert? I don't know, Chief. Sometimes Yume Nikki just be like that. Anyway, now we've got to go and re-find that very important structure from earlier. Which I believe if I just keep hitting up, I should find it eventually. I could be wrong. Maybe I need to be over a bit. Aha, there it is. Now if we walk through it and go up. Oh, hey, look. suddenly, new area. So from here, we can go to the Garden in the Sky, I believe it's called. There we are. Up these stairs. Now, there's a very rare event which has not happened for us, which is fair. But yes, this is a very long staircase. Obviously, you know, I've got the speed glitch on, so it's a little less long for me. But there's a very rare chance, like 1 in a couple hundred or something, that when you're walking up that, you can see a man kind of like falling from the sky, which is cool. This is the Sky Garden. It looks a lot like a city park. There is a one-eyed man who teleports whenever you get near him. So that's cool. I forget what his name is, but we love him. And then we have 3 regular people looking at a UFO over this cityscape. Some of you might actually recognize the thumbnail from here. That's where that's from. Alrighty then. So yeah, we have that, and then we're gonna go into this little tunnel. You may notice the outside is very red, despite the fact the lighting out here not being red. But alright. We're gonna walk around and fuck around with these flowers. Boop. And now if we head out, suddenly the sky ain't red anymore. Because we're in the world of the dead. Now, the thing about the world of the dead is that it's very easy, like, I think it's quite easy to get lost in. So I'm going to have to try and keep a mental note of where the exit door is, because we do need to go back there, back to the wilderness at some point. So, again, I'm just going to be very cautious in my exploration. No, you're not right. There's a specific ghost we're looking for in here. And I don't know where he is. I've kind of thrown caution to the wind with the whole trying to keep track of where I am thing. Maybe we can retrace steps, though. Okay, we're found again. Good. Now let's go out this way and see if that yields anything. No, just this thing. Bourgeoisie again. Right, I'm starting to lose my thread, so I'm just going to head back. Gonna really make sure we don't spend ages lost in here. I've lost the entrance. Fuck! No, maybe I haven't. It's right here, right? I've lost the entrance. Well, alright then. I guess if we're off-piste anyway, let's, try and find, the thing that we need to progress the game, and then find the exit again. Some of this looks familiar, but that's because it's all the same fucking blocks. So really, you know, am I looking at different things? I'm looking at similar things. What I'm not looking at is this one ghost. Where are they? Right. Okay, there's a long wall. That's not particularly what we're looking for. Okay. Maybe if we go across here and down, we will find... God, neither the exit door nor the ghosty in question, which is honestly miraculous. Oh, thank God, exit door. Right, I'm just gonna hop in and out so that it resets the spawn positions of everything. At least I believe it resets the spawn positions of everything if you like reload the map like that. Okay, we've got a nice little thing going here. We just need to. Did that just change on me? No, I see what's happening. Okay, yeah. I thought the map was fucking with me, but no, in fact, it was in fact me. Aha! Got you, spirit headband, and I know exactly where the exit door is. It's just up here. Bada bing! There we go. One spirit headband. Boopity boop. We're gonna head back through here and back to the wilderness. Thank you, Sky Garden. But I have one more thing I need to do in the wilderness, and it involves hunting through the weeds again for that barracks place. Which I think you can still get to from the wilderness, or maybe you have to go through hell for that bit. I'm not 100%. But I'll give it a go, and I guess worst comes to worst, we can go through hell again. But I would like to try and do things this way. Okay, so now we need to get out of this. And out of the... Oh, we've got to get... Actually, can we even get back from the endless wilderness? I'm not convinced we can. There's this. And then... Any, like, way to get out from over here? Oh, this looks promising, actually. Now that we've gone up here, all of this seems to have changed about a bit, so... There's decent odds, We just need to find our way through. Which, again, with it being the wilderness, is never going to be the easiest task. Is this way... Is this way up the way we just came from? $1 million question. Yes, okay, don't go up there then. Okay. So presumably we need to now go back out of here, and then... I don't rightly know. I'm feeling there must be a way through here somewhere. Although at this point I am very much guessing on that front, because I think maybe this is all just a dead end now. Because I forgot the map changes behind you there, so we do have to go through hell twice, which I think I'm going to throw in the towel and say, yeah, we probably do. So, Medamune, whatever you are. There you are. Take me home. Country roads. So, let's waddle back up to here. So we're at 8 effects out of 25, so we're not making terrible progress. Like, it's not the fastest run ever, not the slowest. So, our next stop is going to be, I've got a hankering for Candleworld, personally. Because the effect in here is making that noise that you're hearing. We must apprehend... Ooh, and hey, here's the front end of the checkered tile path, so maybe we will go here. There he is. Get him. Thank you. And now we've got you. Let's go checkered tile. Which has a mad Toyningen in it, which is why it's kind of the less preferable one. We need to be careful, because if she grabs us, bad things happen. By which I mean I get teleported to, like an what do you call it? An inescapable room. That's the word I was looking for. Get teleported somewhere inescapable, and I'm gonna need to, there we go. Now, check a tile path to the toilet guy. We have done before. We just need to remember how. I believe it was... it was this way. Don't think I've ever been this way before in my life. So... maybe not. But hear me out. If this is the way... that's a mad Toyningen. That's a bad sign. Maybe. Okay, now we're here. This doesn't especially help. We just need to find the lad. There he is. And then we know now it's up, down, down, back to Docks B. Again, I'm not sure if there's a quicker way to do this from like an actual speedrunning perspective, rather than like if you can like backtrack from wilderness, or whether there's a more effective route. But I think basically you have to hit this twice. At least on the route I'm on. Maybe that, like I say, there's an entirely different way here. But we get back to him, takes us back to this bit of the wilderness, which if we go up, will get us to the barracks settlement. Yeah, I had a which I'm gonna say it right here. Favorite track in the game, barracks settlement. Don't know what it is about it. Just very chill. But yes, we're gonna speak to some of these. One of those has a chance of doing that, and we got it first time, so let's go. And here we are. We are now in the Famicom world. You may notice that the little pixel sprite also has, or the little 16-bit sprite, has different animations, different effects as well. So like it just had the bike on there, but I can press 1, which simultaneously uses Madotsky's bike effect, which sounds obviously the bike bell, and also the sit effect, which puts her in the sit sprite. So like if I ever look like I'm on the bike again, I can just press 1 a couple of times and it resets. Sorry, it resets it. And that puts us in this world. Which is like this overworld, like dungeon type place. Now, we need to, find our way through this to a particular settlement. I believe it's that one there, which I have overshot. Poo-poo and balls. Right. Here we go. Do-do-do. And there we go. This is not it? No, this is maybe it. I think I should have to go down these stairs. Excuse me, sir. Unless, have I found Famicom Dungeon? Don't tell me I found Famicom Dungeon. That would be sad. Can you, like, get out the way, please? Okay, hold on. I'm just going to reset your pathing because that's, like, the most atrocious RNG I've ever seen. Hey, buddy, can you move out the way? Thank you. There we go. No, this isn't Famicom Dungeon, thank God. Which means that on the right here should be the, I forget what it's called, like, blob effect or something. What is it actually? I can check. It is squish squish. Makes you a bit squishy. There's not a whole lot else to do on this side of the map. There's another way you can get into this map that gets you some more options. But brother, please. I'm begging you to be, like, not an asshole. Thank you. Oh, also, you can talk to these guys, and they tell you some numbers. And the numbers are different every time. So, that's a thing. Just, yeah. Those are the numbers, and we're going to... There we go. Right. We're gonna... Can we get around here? We can get around here for a bit more of this map. Like I say, I don't think there's anything of super note over here, but nice to see. Oh, there is this place, which there's another bit of the Famicom world, which is actually a different screen that you can teleport to here, but you can't teleport from here. It'd be nice if you could teleport from here into that place, but it's a one-way trip. But yeah, like I say, not really a lot else we can do on this map. So we're going to have to call in the old Medamune. There we go. And we're going to go and briefly reset our speed, and I suppose we'll try and work out where we're going next. There we go. I think our next stop should be, given the trouble we just had with NPCs there, our next stop should be the Dark World, which is this one? Nope, that's blocks. We're not doing blocks. No. Dark World, which... This one. Right, sure. There we are. Now, apologies, the streaming experience for this one is going to be, subpar, shall we say. But what I'm essentially doing is I'm looking for that. There we go. We found a kitchen knife. Yippee! And now we can go back. Okay, there's those eyes, which means the door should be somewhere up here. There it is. And we don't have to deal with Dark World anymore. Which means we can now go to... Question, actually. Where is this Shieldman world? Yes, it is. Okay. There's something floating around in here that we need. I believe it's near all this like big group of guys actually, so we might be very fortuitous if we can just snipe it from around here. Or it could just be randomly moving around and entirely luck based on whether I hit it. We also need to go in here actually, so this was a good call. There it is. Wait, come here. There we are. Cat, which is actually kind of has some very interesting effects. Right. Now, quick warning for flashing lights again. We're going to be seeing a few seconds of some flashing TV static. If that set you off, yeah, my apologies. Hold on, I've got to try and remember my way through this. I believe it's like a left here somewhere. There we go. And then down here. This is an invisible maze, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm doing. I'm just trying to find the way down. There we go. And then, yippee! Oh, we're on a bike again. There we go. this gets us to the Famicom house, which has the most complete, well, I guess most complete is maybe a bit of a misnomer, but the longest and most varied track in the game. Goes like a full couple of hours, as opposed to like 1 or 2. And we have the Famicom basement, which we need to get into. There's this little eye guy who I can't talk to, but he sure is there. We need to maneuver our way around here. I think it's funny that the title probably sounds better in English because of the alliteration. Yeah, honestly, Dream Diary does have a certain ring to it. Although I will say it kind of falls slightly more flat on the sequel because Yume Nikki, you know, sounds a lot better than like Dream 2 Diary. Oh, the bloody mushrooms. Can you move? Sir? Thank you. There we are. So we can talk to this fella. So we can get the Oni power up. Let me out. I don't technically need to be here anymore, but this is a you know, this is a quotation mark speedrun run. So what I need to do is come over here because there's I think it's this way. There's a cool room up here. I didn't know they pulled a Nippon. That's good. Yeah. For the unofficial sequel, there's a goblin room. You can fight goblins in here. Reminds me of a Neko Atsume too. Oh, or Neko Atsume ni. Yeah. I see it, yeah. I guess, also I should probably show off, since I'm going to teleport back anyway. One of these is just become large. Neat. We can show you what this kitchen knife does. Oh, hey, unique death sounds. I didn't know that was in there in the Famicom. But yeah, you can farm these goblins if you really want. Jeez. How many hits does brother take here? 5, and he dropped 2 coins. Neat. Coins, not really that useful. But you can use them, but they're not really that useful. We shall see if we can find a spot to use them later, although I think I might have already breezed past most of the spots where you could use them, to be fair. So, anyway, right. It's Neko Atsume Niya. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was missing the ya on the end. Didn't check what it actually is, but the English name is 2 with a meow over it. It has to be a pun with 2 and ya. Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, like, that's, you know, ni and ya, that's... you know. I'm trying to think of the way to phrase this, but, like, it's pretty, you know, it's right there for the taking. If we go by that pun, you could also say it might be, nia with ni being 2 and ya being house. I mean, if the house store. Could be, yeah. And I guess it depends, you know, on if the actual game is, like, I guess, house store based. As well, then. If that kind of, like, twofold pun works. Where am I going next? I think Mural World. I think Mural World is the play, because we can get a couple of effects in here for relatively cheap. In fact, we should be able to get 3. 2 in here, and then 1 in a connecting world. And also we can get to see one of the really freaky areas, actually, which is also cool. So, I need to search for this, which we'll come into later, but also... I believe that means that somewhere around here, not this way. I don't know anything about this game. Well, it's, like I say, it's certainly a trip. I put spoilers in here because, like I say, I'm blasting through the entire game at, like, the speed of sound. Well, not the speed of sound, but fairly quickly. This will do fine to watch in bed. Might actually get me to sleep for finals tomorrow. Oh, good luck on your finals. But, yeah. Like, it's an old style, like, RPG Maker game. It's very famous for its kind of just, like, very it's very kind of exploration-based. It's very kind of, like, out there. You know, very abstract. Like, currently, I'm trying to hunt around for 2 things which I know are bloody in here somewhere. But I cannot find them. I'm going too close to all the murals. I need to find the big open spaces away from the murals. Aha! Right. There you are. There's one of them. Right, there's blonde. Obviously, as you can see, this is blonde hair. You know, with all the teeth that blonde hair normally comes with. And then up here, perhaps on my left, not on my left. Up here, and wiggling a bit. There's another one that gives me long hair. So we've got 2 different hairstyles now. And there's a third hairstyle, but I need to get an umbrella before I get the third one. And also, I wouldn't necessarily... I think it would be dubious to classify it as a hairstyle. Anyway. Now we found the 2 things away from all the murals in this world. We need to find the thing that's near the murals, which is that manhole cover we saw earlier. Which I believe is kind of near one of these. I've just got to remember where. Nope, I found blonde again by accident. Why is it I always find the ones I'm not looking for? Okay, that's this again. Aha! I knew it was close. Right. In. Now we can head to the sewers. Yippee! Right, let's wander on through here. Right. And then here. And then... there we are. There's a faceless ghost. You can also interact with all these windows and they give you various bits of art. Kind of just like body horror-esque things, I guess. Which is all cool and groovy. And then this doorway takes us to a very cool... first off, staring person. But also takes us to a very cool place. We have this thing that eats you. We have, oh, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. We've got Windmill World here. But I believe there's a way into an area called the White Desert. And I've just got to remember how the heck I get there. Something in here. White Desert, White Desert. How does one get to there? Presumably not by walking in the same strip of land that I've been going around. Aha, there we are. No, this is docks. Which part of docks is this, then? I think I'm getting mixed up by the thing that eats you and the thing with the quivering jaws. This might not be White Desert at all, actually. Okay, that's some stairs down, but I can't remember where they lead. I believe they might lead back to... no, they do lead back to docks, yeah. Alright, we can use that money we earned to buy, drinks from here, though, and they raise our HP that we haven't used so far, but fair enough. Yeah, and then this just brings us back down here, and then we squeeze out of here, and then, yeah, you know, all good. Back to the sewers. Right. So we're up 16. We're... again, not doing too bad. Let's take our Metamune, wherever it is. There we are. And warp us back to the Hall of Doors, so we can go reset our speed. Because, oh, I'm so slow without my speed glitch. Ugh. There we go. We did already try this bed, I believe. In fact, you know what? Just before I try this bed again. Okay, we have already tried this bed. Let's, basically... into... what worlds haven't we gone to? We haven't gone to Number World. We also haven't gone to Forest World, but I never go to Forest World because it's meh. It's... I'm sorry, of all the worlds, it's the most mid. I don't think we've gone to Candle World. No, of course we have. We've gone to Candle World because we've got the, Are you Block World? No, you're Shield Man World. We have already been to you as well. Sorry, I'm having a moment. Let's go Snow World. Because Snow World is cool. I believe it might also link into, like, Forest World or something, but... there's also a bed here. We do need to do that at some point. Yeah, it's a Tori Ningen. Potentially, this means this is... no, okay. One of these igloos has the entrance to the Pink Sea in it. Hey, there we are, Yukiona. So we've got that. Now we just need to find... maybe there isn't a door, actually, in Snow World that goes anywhere. You know, I think there might actually not be. Unless you count Pink Sea, but, like, optional world. So, let's take stock of where we're up to. I think we need to do number world still. I think maybe this is where we get either the lantern or the umbrella. Also, there's a special thing where if I've got the RNG for it, I'll just do it now. No, okay, we have not got the RNG for it. There's a little secret you can find there. I think this goes out here, and then we're looking for kind of like a short lantern that's waddling around. Let's go... oh, there he is. The lamp. Now I need to do one of the hardest things in this, like, lantern world. And try and find my way back. Because there's another structure that looks exactly like the main one, but isn't the main one. Yep, that's it. That's the one. Okay, right. So now that we found that, let's try and find the real way out, which is still not here. Get away from me, you false prophet. I require the real way out. It's in here somewhere. Just need to remember where. I really don't want eye palm out of this. Okay, there's Lantern Guy again. Let's take a walk around here. Yeah, you can't interact with these lanterns at all either. Good luck with finals, Antipixel? Yeah, indeed, I concur. Good luck to you. Wishing you all the best. Also, hi there, Mauer. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I am currently lost in Lantern World. You know, standard Yume Nikki behavior. Just trying to scoot on round, see if I can find the door I came in from. If not, we'll have to Metamune out, but, you know. It happens. Aha! There you are. Okay, so the door out actually isn't in a place at all. So now we're back to Number World. Or as I like to call it, Number and Occasional Japanese Screaming World. Oh, then we get to go in here, which is good. Because this leads down to a bunch of beds. And then we can go to this thing down the bottom here. Yeah, there we are. This kind of bleeding face, get into Guillotine World. Which we've got to be very careful because all these Toy Ningen are mad Toy Ningen. So we need to tag one of these and then find the correct wardrobe. There we go. Which leads us back to here. So, crisis averted with that. That can be a bit sticky, but I say, like, with the speed glitch, it's really no issue. So, we're going to come back up here, I think. Got 76, 76, 9. I think that's basically all there is in here, actually. Which means we've got Severed Head, we've got, Lantern. We do not have, Umbrella, which is kind of important, actually. Where the hell is Umbrella? There's one of these doors I haven't gone in. I think it's literally just, like, there's just a rain world in one of these doors. I think it's this one, actually. Maybe. Ah, yeah, there we go. Right, somewhere in here, lying on the ground, there is an umbrella. We must find it. Puddle World always feels like it's way bigger than it actually is. Like, I know a lot of this game is Rise on Detra's things feel a lot bigger than they actually are. But, like, Puddle World in particular, when you're looking for, like, this one umbrella, I always really struggle to find it. Oh. Excuse me. I always really struggle to find it. Was that it there? No, it's just a puddle. Okay. Where is the umbrella? Ooh! We also need to go there. Okay, so this is a really good call for this world, actually, because I forgot that route was in there, but that was looking pretty nice as well. There we go. Up here, up here. Where the smack is this umbrella? Aha! Umbrella. So we'll need that for later for getting a couple of other effects. And I guess we'll also get the secret while we're down there because, like, to get down to the place where that secret is, you have to have good RNG and, you know. You know, 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 you Oh, and then this leads us to the endless road. Okay, this isn't where I thought it would take us out. We do also need to come here. So the endless road, as you might have guessed, is in fact endless. You can keep going left down this all you want. Also, hello, weird mushroom spirit of death. Nice to see you. Anyway, I feel like it not being endless, so I'm going to go right instead. Which I believe works. Eventually. Yeah, there we go. And then we have to loop this past these, like, weirdly, like, you know, like, cervixy, uterusy type things. Alright. Do a couple of loops around them, and then we double back on ourselves past that one, and we see the one that's blue. There we go, and it looks at us, oh no, big spook. And we get to this dead man, who gives us the traffic light effect, which is environmental storytelling, everyone. Always look before you cross the road. Anyway, because we've done that, we can now go to this, which is the bit I thought it was going to be at earlier, because this leads us to the White Desert. It's still raining, annoyingly. Ah, no, it's still raining. So we have this thing. We have a thing with a chattering jaw. A classic. Take from this whatever you will. I am not psychoanalyzing this bullshit. I'm not qualified for that. I just know, ooh, it weird. But yeah, that's all the White Desert we can explore from this angle, which is a bit of a shame. So it's where like half the game's named NPCs bloody are, but not that you need to see any of them. Right, now, and I also do have one other bit of bad news about the Endless Road. You can't get out of it without teleporting out, so we're gonna just do that. Metamune away! Right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our speed back, and we might be in for some, like, waking up and going back to sleep things, depending on where I can find certain, certain effects. Right, so first we're gonna want to revisit Snow World, which is this one. We haven't got there yet, actually. Maybe I should go there. Maybe Forest World isn't as cringe as I first thought. There's an effect that you can get in there, but I normally get it elsewhere. Or maybe you can get it. I'm not 100%. What are we looking for in here? Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. There should be a bed somewhere. Because there's 5 beds in the game that can take you to an area we need to get one of these, things. And we need that bed. It's up here, actually. I could be entirely wrong. And it turns out I might just be entirely wrong. Neat. Big blue, another tree. Where am I missing this bed? That's Yukiono again. That's... Ah! Entrance to the Pink Sea. Okay. We're not going there now, but... Good to know it's there. Good to know I can find literally everything except the one thing I need. Surely. Surely. Maybe if I go this way around, it'll help? This way around does not, in fact, seem to be helping. I would, in fact, say I've done a full loop. Without too much success. Bed! There we are. Oh, I do need to hop off my bike, unfortunately. Well, goodbye, speed glitch. And take us to the area. Okay, well, not to worry. We're gonna Metamune back. Even though it's like, you know, not that far away, but this is just faster than walking. Then we're gonna get our speed glitch back. And then we're gonna check the third bed that I've just remembered where it is, as well as one of the other effects in the block world, which we haven't been to yet, which is... Hang on. This one. No, it's not this one. What am I saying? This is graffiti. That's candle. That's not block. This is... dark? That's snow, that's mural. rain. Yeah, this is block world. Yeah, there we go. Right. So, now that we're here, we can, okay, not quite what we were looking for. There should be like a kind of a longer bit of this like isometric kind of block world that we can find a hat and scarf in. I am not finding it currently, but more on this as it updates. We found the, of course, now we find the bed immediately that I'm going to struggle to find in like literally a minute when I've got this whole, oh, never mind, never mind. We might be in there, hat and scarf, and then if we go up, the bed is there. There? No. Cross. There we go. Then we hop off the bike. And, come on, we can roll the 3 out of 5, surely. Pain. Agony, if you will. Okay, well, there's 2 other beds in the world that, let you do that, but I can't remember where either of them are. So, we know that 23rd is down there, but we're still missing 2. What 2 are we missing? We haven't gone to, yeah, okay, I know. It's good, actually, because this means we can have a funny way to wake up. As opposed to pinching our cheek. Because there are a couple of events that will wake you up, like, forcefully. So why not show off one now, you know? Let's, eye palm. There we are. I keep thinking it's called Metamune, but no, it's called eye palm. Metamune in the Japanese version. So we're going to briefly get our speed back. There we go. By queuing up that. There we go. And we are actually gonna want to go back to Graffiti World because in here there is a door to the shops. Well, I'm not sure that's what it's actually called, but I always thought it was like the shops. So we're gonna encounter many sound effects. Aha, there we are. Found it straight away. Would you look at that? Oh, little guy. Why am I going up here? This isn't the right way at all. Actually, is this RNG dependent? I'm not sure. Oh, this is the wrong house. Well, I can have you do that, I guess. That's cool. But yes, we have here. There's like a couple of NPCs in here, but if you talk to them, they just kind of like bug out. Yeah, they don't like us. But down here we have this, a mad toy Ningen, which is the only mad toy Ningen. I have to sleep. Yeah, does this dream diary have any advice on it? Just seems to be hop into bed and wait for the count of 3. Is as much as the getting to sleep portion of this game is. The being asleep thing, it's got a lot more for you. Like, hey, I found this neat flute. Okay. So we're missing one that I know of and one other, I think. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna have to consult, consult something. Okay, so we can't get there. This. Aha! No, I do know. Okay, can't have got you. Valve could never. Right, there we are. The frog. We have found him. Because this puts us back in the other part of the deep woods, which is the bit I was struggling to get to initially. And then this gets us to a dude. Oh, this gets us to the teleport maze. Well, you know what? This could be a funny way of waking up, which again is RNG dependent. Because the version in the shops for waking up did not exactly work. So instead we have to try and run through this teleport maze. I'm going to run it like I know where the fuck I'm going. I in fact do not. Balls. Never mind, it's actually fine. It wasn't fine, I should have just gone straight down. Damn it. Okay, up here. And then here. I do not want to wake up, use a bad RNG, oh lord. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the quote-unquote bad RNG here is locking me out of all the things that wake you up, so... Silver linings, I guess. Oh boy, I've gone the very wrong way here. Surely it's this way. No, shit. Hang on, we're gonna find it. Oh, this is so the wrong way. This is so the wrong way. Bloody teleport maze. Right, here. I think we need to just go back. God. Okay. Let's try this one. Right, I think this is the start, and then we go here, right? No? Damn. Bad numbers are only the ones you don't want at any given moment. True. Here. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. No. Okay. Okay, so either of these are valid. I think it's this one. I don't want a 5 right now. Weird vibes. Yeah. I'm not fancying the 5 right now. It's just, you know, don't know. 6 seems really shaken up as well. Not about that, you know. Reminds me of that playing, have you seen that video actually of like the top 10 like numbers 1 to 10? Oh. Funny video. At number 5, it's number 3, and at number 4, it's also number 3. Oh, I can't remember the exact thing of it, but like it was funny. Well, this is wrong. No! I've been duped. I've been baited. Oh. I should rank those. Yeah. Rank your favorite numbers from 1 to 100. Or 10. Depending on how much legwork you feel like you need to do before you fall asleep. Can't believe I actually got baited, by the way. By the stupid 4-way switch. Nope, this is the wrong way. Which must mean this is the right way. I am a fool. Which must mean that you are the right way. Yes. Remember middle. Remember right. It's not right. I trust this game with my life. Sleep. I've never been here before in my life. Down. Balls. Okay, we get another chance. Right. That actually helpful. Up. Yeah, this looks right. I would like to retract my previous statement. Okay, here. Surely. Okay. This entire thing's a dead end. Which must mean... No, I've been here before. You just teleported me halfway through to a bad end. What the fuck, dude? So we must go here, and then left. No, not left here. It's right. This feels like also the wrong way. Right. Down. No. This also feels like I've been to this dead end. Yeah, it's because I have. Oh, I cannot remember my way through the teleport maze. My speedrunning time on this entirely optional section. Oh no. Okay, surely here. There. Don't like it. Right, so it must be here, and then it must be left. And no, I've definitely done that before. It's down. And now it's left. Ah. It's never left. It's never left. Must be up then. Yeah, this looks... left. I knew one of these had to be a left. Huh. Left? Okay. Left enjoyers aren't doing so hot right now. It's got to be said. I think down. I think right. I feel like I've done right before. I think right. Okay. Up. No. Right is right. We must trust. Oh, I've definitely been around this bit before. Yep, that's a dead end. Alright, I'm going to give this a go for a little while longer, and then because the teleport noise is driving me insane, I don't know about the rest of you, I will head off this section because while I would like to get the bit at the end of this, it does not currently appear to be playing ball. Down. Up. Okay, and then here. And then down. No. Okay, fine, right. Down. Okay, fine. This is all a dead end, isn't it? Yep, it sure is. Okay. Well, if I keep stumbling around it, eventually I have to find the right way. God? Okay. How the fuck I need to actually remember the pattern for, like, navigating this, because that's another dead end. It's such a pain in the butt to deal with this bit. Okay, back through here. Aha, and then we go here. And then this is a way forward. Never left. Okay, this is good. This is the left. There we go! Alright, and that brings us out... Here, oops. Well, it brings us out in the wilderness, but then up here to the Famicom dungeon. And now we're at a slightly different entry point here, which is good because it means we can access different bits of the map. Specifically, there is an area which I will have to find. There it is. This bit, which leads us to the Famicom dungeon. Now again, apologies, it's going to get a little dark in here. But I'm not walking around this with a light. So we're going to try and get to the bottom of this. If I remember the correct way. Ooh, a bunch of creepy faces on the wall. I think this way's fine. Into here. Nope, that was the wrong way, but at least we can see now. Hooray. Yeah, I don't get much for talking to you. Fair enough. Well, I think I know where I went wrong. We needed to go all the way to the bottom here instead. And then right. And then down. And then here. And then here. And that brings us to this room. Now, there's a small chance that if we go up and talk to one of the corners of these walls, something will happen. Although it doesn't look like we've got the RNG for it. Which is a bit of a shame. Oh, well, that would have also been a cool way to wake up. The old Famicom game crash kind of, like, secret. But as it stands, we don't have that, so let's go here instead. Damn, I found that pretty quickly. So, we can go here, which leads us to... Oh, hey, look, we're out and we're on our bike. There we go. Leads us to this sea in the White Desert, which is cool, very creepy. There's also those stairs back down to the Famicom dungeon, if we really want. But, like I say, our prize is here, essentially. Now, I need to be very careful about how I enter and exit things here. So, we're in this space. Which... Oh. The bridge we couldn't get off until there. Neat. Yeah, like, very careful how we do this. Because there's a couple of secrets here. Like, I think if we go in here... No? Not here. Right, that's the one we don't want to go into yet. There's something here, I believe. This is the outskirts of that area we were at earlier. All of this. Definitely one of the secret NPCs. I think it's Mononae around here, but I would need to check. I mean, walking over these is pretty fun, I guess, but also, where is she? Okay. Maybe she isn't here. Maybe I'm completely mistaken. So now I go in here. I believe that's one way. So, yeah, that's definitely one way. So I'm in a kind of a quote-unquote normal bit of the White Desert now. Not that I think that any bits of this can really be considered normal as such. Oh, hey, how you doing? Okay. Seems to be a lot going on in there. I swear, like, sometimes you can access those in their actual, like, rooms and that, but, yeah, not today, it seems. Maybe if we follow the stream back, it'll... There we go. Okay, we found one of them. So, this is Monaco. Not Monone, but Monaco. She has a thing where, so actually, I'll dispose of my speed glitch for a second and say, like, normally the traffic lights effect is that it stops people moving. So if I walk outside a second and try and find the NPC, they might be quite far away, actually, I've just realised, because I'm walking slowly. Yeah, here we are. So this NPC is moving around. And now we can lock them in place. With the traffic light. And then when we press it to go on again, we can, you know, they're allowed to move again. For whatever reason, Monaco has a unique interaction with the traffic lights. So not only does she stop moving, she also becomes interactable. There we go. How you doing, Monaco? Yup. Music's a vibe, but imagery and implications are horrifying. Alright. Anyway, that's quite enough of that. You may go about your day and not be interactable again. Now, is there anything else I can actually do in here, or is this just a dead end? I'm going to have a very quick look around, because I don't really, now that I've taken that off, I don't really want to spend too long faffing around in here. I wonder where Mononay is then. Because there's another version of... Well, there's another kind of like NPC in that vein you can find in the White Desert. And I think I missed it. Just because I didn't look hard enough in that first sector. But I could be wrong. Yeah. Okay. Well, c'est la vie. I think we can go in here and then there might be a way back in here actually. No, I've remembered. What you have to do is, where is my kitchen knife? You have to stab this, don't you? Or something like that? If you stab it enough times, it, like, does something. I think. There we go. So now we're here. And now once we're in here, we need to have a bit of a look around, as it were. Get it? Because it's eye people? Well, we need to look around. Eh? No? Just me? Alright. Like, we could farm all these, like, NPCs for money if we wanted. I'm pretty sure Modern is in here somewhere, maybe. Or I've remembered an entirely unrelated secret. Which, you know, it looks like I might have just done. Wow, that is not very much looping on that at all, actually. Okay, so this world is, like, tiny. Reasonably vertical, though. Okay, here's the deal. So, I guess what we're going to do then is just try and stab to go back. And then I'll see if there's anything else I remember. But yeah, maybe you can find the other mystery girl if I don't. Leave some secrets for the chat to discover. But there is another, a sister of Monaco, you could say. Can I go back, please? Anytime. No. There we go, thank you. And right back to bicycle, because I need movement speed. And then there's... I swear there was something here. Yeah, there's you. But, like... I think you're... Well, you know, let's see where you go. I think I do know where you go, actually. You come out at the top of Block World. Which isn't particularly going to help us, but... Yeah. No, I was right. And then we can talk to this girl and teleport around a bit if we really want. But it doesn't necessarily help. Right. Guess we've just got a last effect to get, and then maybe a couple of secrets to farm. So... Let's reset this, which resets all the Dream RNG, so all that stuff we missed. Because we did get a pretty bad run at that, actually. We didn't have the good bed RNG. It's like the 3 beds I know, like none of them were the correct bed. We didn't have the good shops RNG, so we didn't get to the roof there. We didn't have the good Famicom dungeon RNG, so we didn't get the game crash thing there. We didn't have the good number world RNG, so we didn't get the face. All in all, I'd say RNG was out to get us there. But we go again. So, we're going to look for a couple of things. Again, all just like the run-specific RNG ones. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a very quick stop off at Number World. Just to see if we've got the RNG there, because that's much rarer than the bed stuff. Yep, we haven't got it there. That's fine. So, what we're going to do then is we're going to go to Snow World, which is here. And then upon failing that, we'll go Block World. Because we're now playing Find That Bed again. Means I should really keep track of like what direction I'm going to start with, try and maneuver around and locate it, but no, okay. Where is that bed? Where is the bed? I don't get it. There it is. Right. Off our bike. Rip speed boost. And good RNG. Come on. Right. Okay, on the bike again because we've still got the chance of it being in... Not quite what I was looking for there, actually. In fact, hold on. Why am I cycling back? That's silly. I can just, There we go. Got that. Now we need, you back to go into... Hang on. Block World. Thank you. Brain took a second there. Oh god, it's Block World, but I'm slow. Help. Please tell me this bed is nearby. Otherwise I fear I may not survive the winter. Yeah, it's near here, isn't it? It's on the right here. Yeah, there we go. Right. Off the bike. Come on, bed RNG. Why? Why must I have terrible RNG? I mean, okay, so what else? We can check the mall for the novelty way to wake up there. I'm not going to go through the teleport maze for Famicom Dungeon. That's the one time we're seeing that or the thing at the end of that. If we've missed it, tough. It's not really worth hunting for. Let's go get our speed glitch back. Go back down to the mall. See if we've got the good RNG there. I can't believe that. Like, really? Nothing? I know there's another bed in Number World somewhere, but there's tons of beds in there, and I don't know which one I'm looking for. Right. So, Graffiti World. Have we got good, clean shops RNG? If not, oh no. Okay, past this hand. Like here? Maybe here. Maybe here? Maybe here. I have lost it. Okay. I found it right away the last time as well. That's annoying. Now I'm just wandering around whatever the hell this is. There it is. Right. Good RNG? Cone Y. You have to go down there and then here. Goes down there. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. Guess that means another RNG reset. Okay. Surely this time we will get the good RNG. Like, just immediately, being in the place we need to be here. Alright then. I should get my speed glitch before I come out here. Let's just set that up real quick. Bada bing! We're on it. Okay, and then we need to go to Snow World. Actually, no, I should check Number World first. Again, because, like, that secret's more important because it's more RNG dependent. So, while I'm resetting and re-rolling some certain RNGs anyway, let's go and just, you know, check here. That is a nay on the good RNG, which is a shame. I'm not going to check the bed in there. But I think for aforementioned reasons at this point, actually. Just, oh, which one it is? I don't care to know which one it is. There we go. Right. Come on. How could this happen to me? Game, why are you making me look like a fucking crazy person? I swear this works. I swear. Oh, I'm just having like a fucking 18 carat run of bad luck or something. Right. We need to go to... Snow World didn't work. We go to... the other place, Block World. There we go. I always don't feel like the bike is that slow until I actually get into Block World and I'm like, oh wait, this is ass. Like, this is straight doo-doo. I don't want to be here. There we go. Right, doot, and doot. Right, come on. Finally! We get the staircase of hands. Don't go up it, because that happens. I didn't know if you took one step up, that would happen. And that re-rolls the bed. Well, kids, what have we learned? Don't walk up the staircase you just spent ages... Oh, no. Oh, no. Right, okay, surely if I just hop in here, we'll have moved the bed to here, right? I'm about to crash out! Ugh! God, that took me like fucking 3 cycles to find. And, okay, game, do me a mercy, just... fuck's sake! Ah! I'm going mad! Oh, no. Fuck, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Jesus. Right, anyway, okay. Snowbed, come on. Let's bash it out. We'll hit it right away this time. Well, we hit the bed right away, so that's something. Come on. There we go, right. Let's go down the staircase this time. Also, anyone here played Omori? Might look familiar. Just saying. If other parts of this game didn't look familiar already. This one in particular. Right. So we can either go up the lift, which is evil and cursed, and we will not do it, or we can go this way. Which is slightly on fire, which would be a problem if we didn't have either one of these. So we're going to take the Snow Woman. Because, yay, cute Yukiona. And also, there we go. We can dispel that. And walk on in. Which gets us the last of our hair trio. You've had blonde, you've had long, now get ready for poo hair. Yep, I'm just as confused as you are as why that's included as a hairstyle. And then at the bottom of here, you may be surprised to find, you know, at the bottom of the nightmare staircase is spaceship. With, I believe that's Masamune Sensei is the NPC's name. He makes some noises and, you know, we can doot some doots on the 1s and 2s. But what we have here is a chance to get an area which I do definitely want to get on stream. Although it is, again, RNG dependent. Because a lot of this route is. But given how long it took me to get here, I feel it's definitely worth doing this first. You know, because, like, getting here again to check it later would be an awful idea. So, we're going to want to listen very carefully and hear if the music fades out here. It does. I got it first time. Let's go. That's quite rare, actually. I've spent a while hunting this before. But I guess it's recompense for the other RNG being so shit. We go to this bed, and if the music fades out, you'll know you've got this event. There's some sirens going. Old Sensei here is panicking slightly. And we wait for a bit. And sure enough... Oh, I've got to... Oh, that's on my screen, sorry. We're crashing! We have crashed on Mars. Which he's not too happy about, as it turns out. Alright. Let's go explore Mars, shall we? Because we can do that. Walking on Mars, I think I can also use the... There's a little kind of secret thing here where you can use the cat. God, I forgot how loud the cat is. Like, if you do that a little bit along here, there's a chance that some UFOs might show up and help Masamune Sensei. I think that's his name. I might be horribly butchering his name there. Doesn't look like I've got any bites on the cat thing, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. Maybe on this screen. No, okay. They're just not interested in showing. Because the cat's normal ability is that whereas the stoplight kind of stops you from doing anything, the cat draws people towards you. Don't know why. I wouldn't be drawn near something that's doing this. Fucking horrifying, but... Anyway. So we've got all these. What we're now going to do is we need to use the... There we are. The small thing. Get down this small hole. Which leads us to one of the most secluded areas in the game. We have this steam engine of some sort. And it's the Martian. It's Mars-san. A simple 5-note melody that you can interact with Mars-san to add another 3 notes to. 6, 7, 8. It also slightly changes the lighting when you do it. And yeah, you can also totally be normal sized in here, by the way. Like, I've just... frog, I guess. But yeah. And that, I believe, is all the effects gathered. So technically, we have beaten the game. We can go and get the ending now. But there's a couple of other little bits and bobs I wanted to do. So we've done this. We've done going to Mars, which is one of the RNG dependent events. We haven't checked the shops this run yet, actually. So what we're gonna do is, now that we've vibed with Mars-san a bit, we're going to teleport back, and we're going to see if we can get 1 or 2 of the other kind of rare events. So I'm going to get my speed boost back. I think we did check Number World. We didn't have the RNG there, but I didn't check shops. So let me check shops. Which is down here. In Graffiti World. Let's go and... Ooh, it's way further down, yeah. Pretty sure it's actually down here. Yep, I was right. Have we got good RNG? Good RNG! The cone! It's gone. We can get to the roof! With this black cat, which I guess is meant to signify that, hey, you should maybe consider using that witch item here. Remember how I said it's useful for a secret earlier? Here we go! We're flying! Look at us, having a grand old time, flying in our dreams. There is one downside to flying in your dreams, though. If you were to say happen to wake up... Oh, hang on. I pressed the wrong button. How do you do this, actually? Oh, yeah. So, the one button with which puts you on your, like, broom, if you press 1 again... then suddenly you get to falling. And she falls out of bed. Like I say, one of 3 events that I know of in this game that force you to wake up. There's the Falling Witch, there's the one at the bottom of the Famicom dungeon, which I'm not going to bother trying to farm for. And there's one final one, which I shall see if we can get. Again, it relies on just having good RNG in the number world. I'm not sure if people have been paying attention to the background. I obviously haven't gone too much to like, the balcony in the Dream version of the world. That's definitely different from what it was initially. Right, let's see if we can crack out some good RNG here. Come on, big money, no whammies. Hey, we did. Notice how this face is different. That means we can give him a stab. There we go. Which is, honestly, I've never looked at this part of the door before, but that's really concerning. Anyway, I'm going to put the knife away for a minute, just for now, while we walk in this super secret area. Like I say, this I can't remember what the chances on that are of being that way, but it's like, it's not every run. You can see that. We have this guy, big, like, red, like, slime thing, who's polishing the rail. If we pull out our knife, he polishes it faster. So, yeah. I mean, I guess I would if I was at knife point as well, start being a bit more panicky. And then we have this door, which, interestingly, is the door, the same texture as the door out of Marotsuki's room and into the Hall of Doors. Let's see what's behind it, shall we? And here we have, like I say, the second of the 3 events that force you to wake up. The face. Flashing lights, I should mention, by the way. This just kind of keeps going. And you can hold it and kind of admire it for as long as you want until you press interact again. At which point, I believe it gets a bit more intense or something. Ah, yeah, no, that happens. The Maddox just, like, bolts awake. Alright. I'm trying to think if there's any... There's one more secret, I think, there's... I mean, I say secret here in a very loose sense, because it's probably the most well-known secret in all of Yume Nikki, which makes it almost feel like I'm not completing a full run if I don't see this at least once. But for it, we're going to need to go back to Snow World. This is not Snow World. Oops! Don't worry, I know where I'm going. I mean, where am I Uber taking me? And we're going to need to find that igloo again that has the pink sea in it, which I know for a fact isn't any of these. Is it you? Hey, bada bing! Getting these dead on. So here we are, at the pink sea. Which is, again, an entirely optional area. We don't need any effects from here or anything to complete the game. But that's what I kind of like about Yume Nikki. They just put this stuff in. It's just great. I think, admittedly, like, because you might notice on the very, like, main screen, this is version, like, 0.1 alpha. There was originally... I believe there was... Well, from the version numbers, there was originally planned to be more of this. But Kikiyama just, you know, never made it. They were just like, well, it's good. We're going to work with it. We're going to tap this balloon, which gets us into here. And then... No, hold on. You need to not deviate from the path here. You want to go straight up from this balloon. There we go. Because then you should hit another balloon. Which leads us to one of our very few other named NPCs. It's Ponako's house. And Ponako! Look at her. Isn't she great? But yeah, so this is like a little sleepover type thing, I guess. Just gotta be careful when you switch out the lights. Because most of the time, it's fine. And this is a 1 in 64 chance that gets re-rolled whenever we open and close the door. So, forgive me for a second if I try and farm this for a bit. Like I say, this is... You see this a lot I think, when you look up anything Yume Nikki related, because it's like the most infamous rare event. But 1 in 64 means that, like, it's not too bad to farm it. Like, because look how many times I'm doing this, you know. Like, give me, like, 5-10 minutes. We'll be there, you'd think. But it's definitely worth showing this off, because it's a very kind of freaky event in this world that seems like, oh, you know, it's a pink sea, it's a sleepover, it's all very nice. But particularly that outside music always felt a little bit, you know, not sinister, but maybe suspenseful. And then obviously inside of Poniko's house is normally fine. But there is a 1 in 64 chance when you flick those lights off that it's not. But it's all about re-rolling for it. Which, you know, yeah, because they're 1 in 64, not the highest odds. Not the lowest odds either, though. It's not like we're out here rolling for like a TF2 unusual or anything. Okay, here we go. Maybe I should be keeping track of the number of tries I've done here now. Is it like 20 or so far? Am I a bit over on 20? I think I'm a bit over on 20. Like another 3 or 4 and we'll be at 20. Here we go. I'm just going to try and guess how many I've done. I guess to pass the time while we're farming. Okay, I'm going to call that 20. Means this is 21. Oops. I'm going slightly too fast. There we are. Gotta get my bleeding movement tech down. Oops. No, I threw away a perfectly good reroll. Didn't flick the lights off. Oh well. It's fine. I'm sure that wouldn't have been it. It's gonna haunt me like it fucking was, though. That's gonna be like, no, that was totally the one where you could have rolled it, you fool. Right. Here we go. Nope. This one, surely. No, okay. Here, gotta stop saying here we go after every attempt. It's like, there's other things, you know? I don't think saying here we go is improving my odds any. We're gonna find it. We're gonna find this event. Come on, come home. Nope. We're gonna find this event. And then... Nope. Jesus, okay, we are getting a little... I think I'm allowed to say we're getting a little bit unlucky with it. Well, granted, we've had some... I mean, we had some terrible RNG with the beds. And then we had some pretty good RNG after that with immediately finding the face. So that's something. No? Okay. Oh, no! That could have been it. I'm throwing away rerolls because I'm fucking up my movement. Okay. It's fine. I'm sure neither... I'm fucking up my movement. I'm fucking up my movement. I'm doing it too quick. There's 3 chances now that I could have found what I was looking for, and I just went straight back out. No, okay. No! Come on, I pressed up in there. The misinputs. Oh, they're hurting me. They're doing great damage to me. Right, okay. Just take it a little bit slower. Okay, maybe not that slow, because Jesus. There we go. That's the kind of clean, like, 1, 2, 3 we're looking for. Right. Come on, let's just focus on clean inputs here. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for good execution. The rest will happen naturally. Just need to make sure we get this working fine and we don't accidentally walk back out the door before we've tried the lights. Hey, there we go. All right. Now, you may notice, compared to the other 30 or 40 tries, how many that was, things look a little different. And sound a little different, and everything's a bit more ominous. So this, right here, the thing I just walked into, I thought you had to interact with her, but no, apparently you just have to walk into her, is called Uboa. And this entire kind of, I guess, section of the White Desert that only she can get you to is called Uboa's Trap. Called so because you can't leave here. without using, like, the eye palm or waking yourself up. This is a one-way dead end you cannot come back from. Full of kind of, you know, the same weird body horror stuff that, like, what you call it? Kind of the same weird body horror stuff that the White Desert is known for. But I think it's the particular combination of this weird NPC replacing Ponaco, and like the circumstances in which you get here has like a lot of people, you know, obviously speculating about, well, why is this sleepover in a pink sea making you think of like the fucking coming of the end times here? Like this, you know, this like 5-limbed monster with like blood everywhere. Or maybe blood, maybe it's just, I don't know, a red kerchief and a particularly hand-like tongue, I don't know. Spooky all the same. And also, what's with Uboa's face? You know? That's creepy as shit. Anyway, I think it's time we eye-palmed out. And, yeah, I think that's all the rare events I'm going to farm for. There's one or two other ones that are notable. Like, I think there's, you know, meeting Monone. And there's also the Famicom glitch, like, wake up. Which they're both very cool, but I can't remember where Monone is, and the Famicom glitch is, like, it's RNG dependence after getting through the teleport maze, and as we saw earlier, I am not good enough at running the teleport maze to be able to try and get the RNG for that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start equipping our effects in the middle of the room here, and remember how the start of the game said, hey, you should press 5 to drop these in the hall of doors. I'm going to start doing that. Goodbye, umbrella. They all have different coloured eggs when you drop them as well. Goodbye, hat and scarf. Goodbye, snow woman. Goodbye, kitchen knife. Goodbye, Medamune, my beloved. Goodbye, Chunky. Goodbye, Small. I forgot you could play the flute, but yeah, goodbye, flute. What does Neon do again? Oh, I hate it, actually. No, get it out of here. I don't like that. Faceless ghost. I should probably press 1 on all these, actually, just so you can see what they do. Ah, yes, severed head. Very useful, because I want to move slower in this game. Oh, that's annoying. We kind of went the wrong way. Also, why was it called Talking Head there? Yeah, it's called Talking Head. I've never noticed that. Huh. It's not Talking Head at all, it's Severed Head. Right, anyway, well, there's Severed Head. It's a towel. Where we can sneeze on things. Cool. We already know what cat does. I'm not making that, not doing that again. There is lamp. We can turn lamp off or on. Bicycle. The true hard carry of any good Yume Nikki run. Long hair. No real effect other than changing our hair. Got poo hair. Which we can spawn flies. I guess. Anyway. Blonde. Again, not really much of an effect. Spirit headband. I don't actually know what this one does. Oh, I'm a ghost now. Neat. I would like to stop. I guess I never actually saw what Frog does, so this is fine. Right, now I'm begging you. Can we... Oh, no, Frog jumps, of course, yeah. Witch, we already know what it does. Puts on the broom. Goodbye. Oni. Does absolutely nothing, actually. Does less than base form. Looks cool, though. You got Squish Squish, which affects our walking animation. It gives us that effect. And the traffic light, which we know what it does. Now, if I very quickly just hop in a door and out a door, here, what we should notice is that the game organizes these all neatly, which is great, because, Lord, you know, if you're anything like me, you will be like, oh dear God, you know, like, all that looks like a mess in that room, but no. So we have all these down, so we can now access the final ending of Yume Nikki. Which means we're going to need to wake up for one final time. Because now we've done that in the dream world, for once the real world has changed slightly. The only time in the game that it does this. And, I hate to tell you, it's not a positive change. Yup. And that's it. That's the whole game. We get that. We get this little bit outro song, which only plays in this part. We have, the two... Why I kind of referred to... Why I called attention to that bloodstain earlier. And also why I referred to these things as spirits of death. Because, yeah, they show up here. And that is the entirety of Yume Nikki. Well, not the entirety, but like a good 98, 99% of it. Like I say, there's a couple of rare events we've missed. And there's probably a couple of other, like, little, you know, little rooms or little kind of bit NPCs we didn't see. Like, we didn't go to the room, I know of that's in a Number World. That just has, like, a billion NPCs that you can, like, stab for money in there. But, yeah. That is all of Yume Nikki. So, what do we reckon? About 2 hours? I'd say that's, you know, a decent enough speed run, as it were. And I hope you all enjoyed it. Like I say, it's, I think speedrunning it like this is great for me, who's played it a few times. But if you're someone who's watching it for the first time, like I say, and particularly if you've only caught, like, a bit of this stream, I highly, highly recommend you download this thing. I think it's, like, free through Steam. But I highly recommend you download this thing, you boot it up, you give it a go, you just wander in this game, and you see what you find, because a good, you know, like, 2/3 of the magic is working all this stuff out for the first time. Like, it's great being able to turn back around and say, yeah, I know how to do all this. But experiencing Yume Nikki for the first time is, it's, you know, it's a true treasure of, like, gaming, I think. I know that sounds a bit pretentious, me saying that, but, like, it's such a unique kind of experience. And even though it's of its time, it still has, you know, I think it still has some really interesting, you know, maybe not story to tell, but implications of a story, shall we say. But, you know, there's a lot to chew on there. And I just don't think I've seen any game do it like it since. I mean, obviously, there are games that have taken inspiration from it. There's, you know, Enna Dream Barbecue definitely has taken some inspiration from it. Amori, I mean, need I point out the Staircase of Hands again, definitely took some cues with the whole, you know, dream world versus real world type thing. But yeah, there's, that's all of Yume Nikki. So, I think there, it's a bit of a shorter stream, but I might call that one there. So, I'm gonna find, someone to raid into on the Twitch end. Let's have a look. Yeah, let's go right into Echo. Why not? There we go. So, everyone, let's go to Echo's stream and say hi. Don't know what she's saying, but it says don't watch this stream, so obviously we're obliged to raid in. Let's go do that. And then, for everyone else who's watching, yeah, thank you all very much. I've been Artorius Winchester, and I'll see you all next time. Farewell!